If you want Smartsheet to automatically decide something for you, you need the if function. This is the formula that powers status changes, alerts, logic, automation changes, triggers, and everything. In this video, I'll explain it in plain English so it makes sense. What if statement actually does? At its core, if statement asks a question. That's it. It asks, is something true? If yes, do this. If no, do that. That's all if statements is. A decision maker inside your sheet. All right, so before we get into the smart sheet, I just kind of want to explain the structure of the if statement. The basic structure looks like this. If logic test, comma, value of true, comma, value of false. So let's translate into normal language. If something is true, show this, otherwise show that. That's the entire formula. Three parts. The question, what happens if true? What happens if false? All right, so into the smart sheet, I created a 5-column sheet. On my first column is project list. So let's say you're a project manager and you want all of your teams to input their projects and update it automatically for you. So in this case, I threw 50 projects in, percent completed. So say like I want my teams to enter where they're at for their completion requirements, right? So I'm going to say 80% is my on track. Anything lower than 80% is at risk. So I put in some values for each project. The two statuses I'm going to want to see is either it's on track or at risk. My calculation is going to be that if statement, right? So percent completed at row is going to be, again, at the row itself. So in the column percent completed, if it's at 80%, then say in my next column on track. If it is not at 0.8 or 80%, then I want to say at risk. So the actual formula looks like this. Now for automating all of this, F statements, and remember by default, at row is a indicator for whenever you choose anything on your sheet. Convert to column formula, it automatically provides all the information I need to see what's at risk so I can follow up with my team. Again, this is just a typical if statement. If it's a value, whatever this needs to be, either it's going to be greater than or equal to 0.0 or 0.8, then it needs to be on track. If else, it's going to be at risk. You're going to notice as in Excel, it's very, very similar to your normal if statements as well. Just remember at row, this will automatically move down. Take your formula, convert it to a cell formula, and that gives you everything that's populating. So if I said this is at 60%, that gives it at risk. If it goes to 81%, that's on track. So they can update this real time. So if you don't have a project that's currently running, but then you add one, your column property formula will automatically assume what's happening on the rest of the sheet into the next rows as they're being added. All right, so if we want to change the formula, we have to bring this back into a cell formula. So the difference between switching is just convert to column formula or convert to cell formula. So for here, I'm just going to clear out all of these and leave just the first one. Now my formula, if I double click, you can see that I can change this to maybe just equals. So what this is now saying is if at row is equal to 0.8, then give me on track, all else is going to be at risk. So if I hit enter, that's at track or on track, converts, majority of it will be at risk. There's 80%, there's an 80%, everything else is at risk. So let's say we want to go back and we're going to change this to equals to. So everything will be on track except for 0.8 where they'll be at risk. There you go, you see again, 0.8, 0.8. If we go to less than, at risk, convert. Anything less than is at risk. Anything greater is going to be on track. And the same thing will be for values like greater than or less than or equal to. exactly the same. So depending on how you want the information to look, you would just simply tweak the statement part, which is just this between the column and then whatever value you want it to be. So if you see hashtag impersonal or hashtag invalid value, it usually means formatting is incorrect, not that the if statement is broken. So common beginner mistakes, here's what most people go wrong. Either forgetting quotation marks around text, missing text and numbers, missing commas, misspelling the column names, or not using at row correctly. Will be the result that you see on the screen. All right, so now that you understand a single if statement, the next step is looking into nested if statements. Stacking multiple decisions together to handle complex logics. Here's where you can kind of really get in deep into Smartsheet, where you deal with automations to say if value 1 is true, and then preceding function or data point is to say if it's true, then do action 2, and so on, so on, so on. So you can really branch out and do logic checks with your data with nested if statements and or other functions under the if statement. Just so you can see what this looks like. If I forgot a quotation, enter, gives you the error. If I put down a misspelling, instead of putting like the W, or misspelled the completed, say complete, see how it on lights, isn't parsable, right? So it has to be accurate to what it can physically find on the sheet. And your text needs to have quotations. There'll give you different variations of errors that you'll see. For those that were able to stick around, I left a cheat sheet for you. This basically covers everything we talked about in the video. This is anything, everything, pretty much basics of the if statement. Thank you. So if you asked what is a logical test, so the logical test is the comparison part. So common operators are like equals, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal, or less than or equal. You are simply comparing values. Smartsheet evaluates the comparisons as true or false, right? So we will get into what these changes would look like and impacting toward your Smartsheet.